Hey, it's Hunt. You found Hunt on Saints. We're talking black and gold football. Do us a favor. Hit the like button, share your comments below, and hit that subscription button so you can get all of our content. Enjoy. All right, the Saints are headed to Indianapolis for a Sunday showdown with the Colts. The Colts at this point 3-4 on the season. Saints are reeling, having lost 4 of 5. It's just time to get things on track. The Saints have had a mini bye here after a Thursday night game. And look, we've talked to Sharif Ishak, we've talked to Luke Johnson, we've talked to a number of people, and the understanding is that things are not great in Saints land right now. There's some frustration. Have been some poor body language. There have been some outbursts, but when everything calms down and they meet with the media, they've kind of said the right things. Was Chris Olave's arrest this week positive? Certainly not. Do I think it's something that's going to be a big impact on the season or this game? I do not. I just think this is two teams looking for a win in some pretty crummy divisions. The AFC South's not awesome, and the NFC South certainly is not awesome. And the Saints have not played well, but are still right there in the thick of things and need to find a way to get a win. They're on kind of their tour of the AFC South. They went to Houston and played. They had Jacksonville. Now they'll go up to Indy, of course, opened with Tennessee. And I told you yesterday, this is a Colt team that is not good on the defensive side of the football. They're 22nd in the league in total defense. They're 21st in run defense. They're 30th in scoring defense. The Browns' backup quarterback, P.J. Walker, was in there last week, and they scored 39 points, okay? Now, they got a defensive score, but they scored more than 30 points. This has got to be a situation where the Saints figure something out on offense. Now, I have pled for this all week, and it's time to make it happen. They've got to get Taysom Hill more involved in terms of running the ball in the red zone. He was limited in practice earlier this week, but by all accounts, he's going to be ready to go. Let him run the football. Stop running fades. And if you're going to run a fade, then put Jimmy Graham out there. Now, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't know that they're going to put Jimmy Graham out there. I do think they can run Taysom Hill. You're going to move the football on the Colts. Everybody's moving the football on the Colts. You've got to find a way to punch the ball in when you get down there. Now, whether that's Derek Carr getting some protection and finding guys open in the end zone on well-conceived routes, or just snapping it to Big Taysom Hill and letting number 7 get after it, that remains to be seen. But they need to figure something out there. Look, the Saints' defense has been good. The Colts' running game has been very good. This is a team that ran it for 168 yards on the Browns, and nobody was gaining yards on the Browns. Jonathan Taylor's been back for 3 weeks. He's a rich man. He's a happy man, and he's running the football. He got 18 carries last week, but they're involving Zach Moss as well with 18 carries last week in the game. And Gardner Minshew has been fine. Like last week against a really good defense, he threw for 305 yards and a pair of touchdowns. He did get sacked 4 times. He did throw an interception. He's not infallible, but he's been fine. He'll be in a home crowd and he'll play another good defense this week. You look at the Saints defensively, and I like what I see, and I feel like they're going to be healthier this coming week than they were last week. DeMario coming back. Tyrann Mathieu, we'll see what they can get out of him. But you should be able to hang with the guys out wide. I look at this receiving core for Indianapolis, and I see Michael Pittman, who's a nice player. And Josh Downs had 5 catches last week. He's a fine player. But is it a terrifying unit? It's not. It's not nearly have the star power that Jacksonville did last week. And the Saints consistently, over the last kind of full season, have been holding folks around 20. And so that's the goal in this game, is to hold Indianapolis around 20. You should be able to do that. And then you're playing a weaker defense without dynamic playmakers, and your offensive line should be healthier. Ryan Ramczyk comes back. You ought to be able to do some things offensively in this game if you're the New Orleans Saints. It just remains to be seen. And quite frankly, my confidence level in the Saints is shot. I have not given up on the Saints. My confidence level is shot. This is a pick-em football game. It's just one that's very likely to turn the corner into the fourth quarter and be a dead heat. Are the Saints going to make some plays late to win the game, like they did against Tennessee in the opener when they hit Shaheed down the field for a huge third down pickup and made the plays you needed to? Or is this going to be like Jacksonville, where you can't get the stop you need late in the game to win it? Is this going to be like Houston, where you can't punch it in late and make the plays you need to make? Right now, I'm in a position with this Saints team to kind of default toward the negative. So as I sit here and I look at this game on Sunday, I've got the Colts winning it 27-21. That would be a disappointing effort, really, by both units. If the defense were to allow 27 and the offense to allow 21, it would be a disappointing effort. But I'm looking at a team that's been disappointing for better than a month. They've lost 4 out of 5. And a couple of those are to teams that aren't that great or were in pathetic performances. I don't know what Tampa is or not, but I sit here and look at them, and for the Saints to score 9 points, that's putrid. So I'm just not in a blind belief mode with New Orleans. They need to go get this game because they're coming back home to play a bad Bears team. And if you lose to Indy, come back home, and the Boo Birds come out against the Bears and you trip over yourself in that one, lights out. That's where you are. It's not a must-win. You still got plenty of runway here, but you can see those dominoes fall. You knock this domino over and lose to the Colts, that Bears domino is pretty easy to see falling, and then you've messed the whole floor up. So it's an important game for the Saints. These are 2, 3, and 4 teams. The Colts haven't been great at home. They're only 1 and 3. The Saints have won a couple of games away from the Dome. I would love it if the Black and Gold could go to Indy, eat some shrimp cocktails at St. Elmo's, and knock out the Colts. I'm just not picking it as we sit here today. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.